Children, welcome to your first science class in our Kristu Jayanti CMI Public School, and also I welcome you all to our Jayantian family. Really, you have stepped into a great family where you're going to learn so many things, not only academically, character wise, ability wise, talented wise, so many things you're going to learn, and your entire life and lifestyle is going to be designed extraordinarily by our Kristu Jayanti and family. So I welcome you all once again. Now this is your first science class. I'm your science teacher Anita, and now we are going to start our class. And children, already we have lost so many days because of this COVID virus, so we cannot take entire lesson from the book. Government has given permission to reduce half of the lesson. As per that, we have selected few important lesson which you have to learn compulsorily and which will help you in your higher classes, right children? So in that way, now we are not going to start from the first lesson. We are going to start an important lesson which is called conservation of animals and plants. Now, whenever your science class starts, I want you all to take your textbook, classwork note, pen, pencil, eraser, everything. And during the course of the class, if at all, I want you to bring some of the materials which will help you to learn subject in depth, like any plants or materials, that I will send you a text message before the class. You have to keep it ready. As of now, you have to keep your textbook and the classwork, pen, pencil, everything children. And if you don't have, please pause the video, go bring everything, keep it ready and proceed with class. Okay. So now we are going to learn our 7th lesson. Take page number 99. The name of the lesson is Conservation of Animals. Actually, in class it is different. Either I may ask you to read and explain, or if I explain continuously, you can follow it. But since you are sitting at home and observing me, I don't want to go for continuous lecturing method. Okay. So instead of explaining continuously, I'm going to read out every paragraph and explain you. So you can follow me clearly. Whatever you are reading in the book, that will be explained. So when you prepare for your test, easily you can understand the concepts. Okay. And I want one more thing. Whenever I read something, now I will keep my scale and read, and after that I will explain. When I read, I want you to keep your fingers on each and every word I read and follow. Because if you follow like that, if any new words, any tough words comes, you can understand it easily, because when you keep your fingers on a particular word, at the same time your eyes see the word and your ears hear the pronunciation, then even if it is a new word, it will be registered in your brain, in your mind. Is that clear children? Shall we go for the class? Yes. Now as I told you, you will keep your fingers on the words which I read. Okay. So the name of our lesson is Conservation of Animals and Plants. So in this lesson, what and all we are going to learn in the entire lesson? Intent learning outcomes. From this lesson, you will be knowing Define biodiversity and discuss its importance. Explain the practice which are threat to the biodiversity. Enlist methods to conserve biodiversity. Explain the role of IUNC. Now, we'll read stepping stones. We are familiar with the importance of food chain. We also understand the interdependence of organisms on one another. What would be the consequences of removing any organisms from the food chain? Nowadays, animals and plants are facing threats because of various human activities. Many of them are already extinct. Make a list of at least 10 animals that are extinct. Find out in which country they were found. What was the cause to their extinction? So extinct means removal, complete removal. For example, say in a lake you have thousands of fishes and some crocodiles and some other animals, frogs kind of animals, and if you go put some chemical and kill all the crocodiles, and one fine day if you find no crocodile in that lake, which means completely few fishes and frogs, other animals may find there, but no crocodile. So crocodile family is gone, vanished. Like that, in this world there were so many animals, but because of human problems, we human created so many unwanted things, polluted the environment, so many things, and also sometimes because of natural disasters, some animal species completely died. Now, for example, dinosaurs. You cannot see dinosaur anywhere in this world at present, but they were living once upon a time. So you can call dinosaur as a extinct animal. So in this paragraph, they tell you to browse, find out what are the animals that were completely vanished, not found on the world now, and from which countries they vanished. Okay, it's a small activity. You can just try it. Let's go to the first paragraph. Biodiversity, flora and fauna. Keep your fingers on your book, don't see the video. Okay, just listen. Even if possible, put headphone and listen. Class, open the book, read it out, then easily you can follow. We have seen different types of animals and plants around us. The variety of plants and animals that live in a particular region or habitat and their interaction with one another are called biodiversity. In short, biodiversity defines the biological richness of an ecosystem. So what is biodiversity? Bio means living, either an animal or plant. Diverse means variation, diversity, grouping. So in this world, what kind of different living organisms we find? The entire world is not filled with the same kind of plant, same kind of animals. There are so many variation. That variation is called biodiversity. Though the variation is there, they are living together. See, a deer is eaten by lion or tiger, but both are living in the forest only. Okay, saying that okay, the lion, tiger are killing the deer. Are they running away somewhere? Are they going and living inside the water? No. So this is called biodiversity. The living organisms are different from each other, but they live together. Now flora and fauna, in your lower classes you would have studied. Flora means plant, fauna means animals. Let us go to the next paragraph. Some countries such as India have a rich biodiversity ranging from tropical rainforest to desert type of vegetation and alpine vegetation to mangrove forest. Many varieties of flora and fauna can be found due to different types of forest. Rainforests have the highest biodiversity of any ecosystem on the earth. An ecosystem includes all the living organisms in a specific area and their interaction with the non-living components of environment such as weather, water, sunlight, soil and atmosphere. This type of ecosystem can be found in the backyard of a house or in an area as large as forest. So, in each country you can find different types of animals and plants. So if you take one environment, you can find some animals, some plants, together you can call them biotic. What do you mean by bio? Bio means living organisms. What are the living organisms found on the earth? One group is plant and another group is animals. Together you can call as biotic, living organism. At the same time, we have abiotic components also in the environment. You take weather, soil, sunlight, all these non-living things are called abiotic. Now, what is ecosystem? Ecosystem is nothing. The biotic and abiotic component together found in a particular place is called ecosystem. For example, if you go to hill in particular Himalayan kind of region, what is the ecosystem there? Can you see any normal black soil, like which soil is present in your place near your house? No. The biodiversity of Himalayan is full of ice, that is the abiotic component. Chillness, very low temperature, that is abiotic component. And if you see plants, you cannot see a huge tree with a large trunk and so much of leaves like which you find near your houses. This kind of trees will grow only in the land side, normal soil land. You cannot see them in the hill, that too particularly this cold icy region. There show very lean, thin, tall trees you can find. Even animals will have a very big, thick skin covering to tolerate the coldness. So from this, what you understand? Biodiversity is like different types of living and non-living organisms lives together, and ecosystem is biotic components like animals and plants plus abiotic components together you can call ecosystem. So you can call pond ecosystem, means pond is a environment. In that you can find some animals and some plants, and water is a non-living. So these all together one ecosystem. Then forest ecosystem. So depending upon the place, desert ecosystem, you can give any name. Now we can go to the next page. Take page number 100. Next page. I'll read. They have given one activity. You can try. Using internet, find out the biological diversity of a place. It could be the state of your country. Collect the picture of different flora and fauna of the state and prepare a colorful collage using these pictures. Display your biodiversity collage of state on the notice board of your class. So now children, this is one of your project. You have to prepare this and keep it ready with you. Whenever you come to school, you have to bring it and you will get marks for this. Okay, we will give internal marks. You have to select any state in India. If you wish, you can select your own state, Karnataka here. Or if you belong to Kerala, Tamil Nadu, some other state, you can select that any one. Or if you like any North Indian state, anything you select. And browse, which means go to internet, check out what are the different types of flora and fauna. What do you mean by flora and fauna? Flora means plants. Fauna means animals. So you select one state and in internet check what are the different plants exclusively find in that area. Suppose if you select a desert like Rajasthan, you will not find big banyan tree and all there, right? So especially in Rajasthan, there will be some cactus kind of plants will grow. So first you have to browse and find out what are the different plants and animals living there. Then search pictures of those animals. Either you can find out and buy from outside, or nowadays it is very easy, no children. If the pictures are not available in the shop also, we can take the picture from the internet, we can take printout, right? So collage means what? A group of photos. You can write as, say for example, you have taken Karnataka, my state is Karnataka, then you write Karnataka and flora of Karnataka, whatever plants, which kind of plants will grow more here, you take that plant picture, paste it. And fauna of Karnataka, which animals are found here more, select that kind of animals also, take pictures and paste it, keep it with you. Okay, whenever the school reopens, you have to bring, and now after finishing you must take a photocopy and send it to me to the WhatsApp number, right? Now we'll go to the next paragraph. Importance of biodiversity. A rich biodiversity of any place increases the productivity of that ecosystem. The flora and fauna of a region are beneficial to the mankind in several ways. They supply us economically important products and help in regulating climatic conditions. The biological diversity of a certain area is important to the ecosystem as well as people living there. Let us recognize the importance of biodiversity. So we said variety. Biodiversity is nothing variety. There are so many varieties in the place where we live. What is the use of that variety? Since the different types of plants and animals present in a particular place, man is able to use either a plant or animal available in that place for his own purposes. There are so many uses. So we will see what is the use. First, trees provide economically useful products such as wood, timber, gums, resin, latex and medicines. Some medicines are exclusively obtained from specific plant species. Quinine, an anti-malarial drug, is obtained from the bark of cinchona tree, the Roy's periwinkle of Madagascar and the Pacific yew tree are some of the different sources of anti-cancer drugs. So you take wood. There are so many uses from the wood, starting from the pencil in your hand. Okay, you are using pencil, no, it is made up of wood, though inside that the writing pencil material is there, but the holding position is wood. And the materials which you use, table, chair, something at your house, and even to construct house, for everything we need wood. And apart from the constructing work and this other thing, mainly it is used to prepare medicine. So many medicines are available from the plants. So when the plants are more in this ecosystem, only then we can have comfortable life, like taking all the medicine. In particular for this malarial and cancer disease and all, we depend mostly the plant source only to prepare the medicine. Now we'll go to the next paragraph. You don't see the video, children. You listen my voice and keep your fingers on your book. Follow the book. Sorry. Trees provide shelter to innumerable animal species, regulate oxygen, carbon dioxide cycle. They also help to regulate the amount of moisture in the atmosphere. They help to control floods and prevent soil erosion. So now the tree is not only useful for us in the way of giving something like wood or fruits, food materials, or as I told you, medicines. Apart from that, to other animals also the trees are helping. The birds are dwelling in the trees only. That is a big help for the birds. and we entire world animals are depending only plant for the oxygen production, because plants while doing photosynthesis they take carbon dioxide, which is the waste gas, and they release oxygen, which we need to respire, to breathe, and they give shelter to so many animals. So the presence of plants in this world is very, very important. Then we'll go to the next paragraph. Again, see your book, don't see the video. Various species coexist in an ecosystem and are intricately interdependent. Removal of one species from the environment would drastically affect the existence of the other. For instance, flowers pollinated by insects would not increase in numbers if the pollinators are destroyed. Also, if these plants vanish, the pollinators would either have to look for an alternative source of food nectar. See, why we call it as ecosystem and why we say there is a connection. If one particular plant or animal is not there in this ecosystem, the another one will get affected. They have given plant example, but I'll give you one more easy example. You just imagine there is no plant at all in this world, and plant eating animals like deer and all, will they live without eating food? Because their food is only plant. So what will happen? You imagine there is no plant anywhere in the world, and you forget about other animals. We will see only one small cycle. Deer without food, what will happen? They will die. Then deer is eaten by lion, tiger, kind of big animals. Now what will happen to those animals? They cannot eat deer because without food already the deer family, if they die one by one, then these lion, tigers also will not have food, then they will also start to die. So like this, if one particular ecosystem is not there in this world, then the next cycle will be affected. So here they have given plant example. Pollinators means the insects will go sit in a flower and take nectar. In each and every flower, in the middle there will be a drop of sweet water which is called nectar, and that is the food for all the insects. But actually what will happen, in the flower there will be a pollen grains, a minute, which you can compare with our egg. In the case of animals, the development starts from the egg. Okay, and now in the case of plants, small structure called pollen grains will be there in the flowers. When these insects sit on the flowers and try to drink the nectar, these grains will be sticking with the legs of the insects or the mouth or the body. Again, when they fly, go sit somewhere, this will mix with another flower, and mixing of the flowers will take place. This and all you will learn in your higher classes in depth. That is male flower, female plant, male plants will be there. And this exchange, since plants cannot move from place to place, only these insects will help for this mixing of different cells. Okay, so for that also ecosystem is very much important. Now we will stop today's class with this, children. Already I have given you one activity, and now I would like to give you one homework. Homework in the sense, now and then daily whatever portions we complete, you have to learn, read and get thorough with the content on the same day. Only then it will be easy for you children to cover everything. In particular, you are at home. So without wasting time, whenever we send some video, suppose today if I finish 1 or 1.5 page, that 1 or 1.5 page content you must read again and again and learn entire concepts, to be thorough with that. And don't expect to be like question and answers format. You will read and try to teach like a teacher. You should know all the content. Anyways, as a homework, I am going to give you few questions. Now I will dictate the questions. Write down, note down the questions. take your classwork and write the answer. Now children, you would have got your classwork. Anyways, book back questions we will write late. Okay, after completing the lesson, we are going to write book back question. That also you will write only in your classwork. But today your homework is, after finishing this class, you will have to read these completed pages again and again 4-5 times. Then now I will dictate some questions, write down, note down and read the question. You will find answers in the given pages. Then copy it in your classwork. And how should you write the classwork? Take the classwork, take the first page. You must use black pen to write questions and headings. Answers must be with blue pen. So near the questions you must write Q1, Q2, Q3, which means question number 1, question number 2. And when you start writing the answer, you should write ANS, that is inside the margin. You will write numbers, no? There you should start as ANS. And when you start writing a paragraph and all, you must leave few space and start. You know how a paragraph will start. Like that, you have to leave some space and start. And children, I want very, very neat, eligible, great, good handwriting. Even though your handwriting is ugly, try to write slowly, copy without mistake from the book. See, now whatever questions I am going to give you, the answers are there in the book. You are in 8th standard, you have to find out the answer and the questions will be very easy. To be very frank, I will not twist and ask. Straight away from each paragraph, you have to understand the paragraph. When you write, it will get registered in your brain very strongly. So I am giving you. So as I told you, you will use black and blue color, neat handwriting, no striking. Write slowly without mistakes. Okay. So now I will dictate. Note down question number 1. What is biodiversity? Define it. Right? What is biodiversity? Define it. If you miss, you can again go back and listen. Note down, right? Question number 2. What is called ecosystem? What is called ecosystem? These two are 2-mark questions. Then question number 3. Brief the importance of biodiversity. Brief the importance of biodiversity. So importance of biodiversity, you see the paragraph, so big it is, right? You try to make your own sentence. Simple words you can write, but it should be little bigger than the before 2 answers. Write these 3 questions, take photocopy and send to my number. My number is there in group. Anita, my name is Anita. You just check out. And after taking photocopy, you will send 2 things to me. One is your classwork content and another one is the collage what I told you to prepare. Taking the photos of plants and animals, pasting. You can get one chart and paste over it. And you take 2 days. Okay, today is Monday. Tuesday, Wednesday you can leave. Before Thursday, you must send everything to me. Writing, immediately you can send. But this pasting work alone, you can take 2 days. Okay. It's fine, children. Let us stop our class with this. Let us meet in the next class. Thank you.